I'm on with my man, Gilbert, outstanding USA boxing amateur. Why don't you say your full name? I'm absolutely terrified to say your last name because I say everyone's last name wrong.
Everybody
And,
says it wrong, so you're not
well,
the only one.
yeah, but I wanted to, I wanted to be real smooth and make a real
Yes, sir.
formidable, good impression. So why don't you say your name and kind of give people a little bit of the achievements you've done in amateur boxing before we get
Yes,
into your
sir.
backstory?
My name is Gilbert Kabamba, and I go by Tonka. That's my boxing nickname. Everybody knows me by Tonka. So I'm a number one ranked USA national box. Hold on. I'm number one ranked on the USA team right now. Um, won five national championship, one international medal, gold medal in Colombia, and then multiple New England champion, Golden Glove champion. So the list can go on and on. It's just yeah, those are the ones on top of my head right now. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so winning a lot. We'll say winning a
Yeah,
lot.
a lot of
So
winning. Yes, sir.
that I like that. So now let's get into the story, which I'm a big story person, watch
Yes,
movies
sir.
and stuff. You were born in Congo? Let's
Yes,
start
sir.
there. Talk me through that and maybe even give me some stories
A
before we
little
go
details.
deeper.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was born in Congo in 2001. So I was young when we first left Congo. So my mom, we left Congo because of the war. Because there's always war in Congo till now, till today. There's probably people getting killed right now as you speak. But that was the main reason why we left because my mom wants me and my siblings to be safe. So we ended up migrating to the country in Uganda. I was like five, almost 6 years old. We migrated to Uganda. Um, I don't have a lot of stories about Congo because I was so young when we left. So I got more stories about me being in Uganda, the country Uganda. So it's like we stayed there for 7 years. We was refugees. We stayed in the camp. Um, it was terrible, man. But my mom held her head together. She held all my brothers and sisters together. So we stayed down until we was approved to come to America after 7 years. So it was a blessing in disguise. Us me coming to America at 12 years old. Yeah, 2013.
Ask you a few questions here. What was the cultural difference coming from Uganda and a refugee camp to coming to America?
Wow, when I first got here, man, I got a shower. That was like my biggest like hot water. You know what I mean? I'm used to like showering in little buckets. So you kind of it's the shower the way it's built. Like you gotta go to a little. It's like behind the house, and you got full bucket of water, and that's how you shower. So when I first got to America, and my brother told me, "Oh, go shower." So I go in the shower, and I'm like, "Whoa, there's water coming out the shower. What you call it?
The shower head.
The shower head. I was like, oh shoot, I don't gotta use the bucket no more. So that was one of my. I started spending a lot of more time in the shower because I used to hate showering when I was younger. So that was for me as a young kid. That was like one of the biggest things. And then just how the houses are built over here, just the life in general was way different. So it was like I was like, it's like I was in heaven for a while. Yeah.
What was like the hardest thing about the Uganda experience for you that maybe you bring into box? Or I guess I should ask, let me rephrase the question.
Yeah.
Do you bring anything from your past experience of being in
Oh yeah,
Uganda into the ring
man.
with you for boxing? And explain that to me.
That's for sure. Cause when I was in Uganda in 2011, my brother that I used to look up to a lot, he got killed. He got in a fight. So that experience, me just seeing how life can just be taken away in the tenths of a second. It's like, and that's my older brother. I used to look up to him when I was growing up. So that was one of the biggest experience. Like I bring into boxing. I'm like, there might not be tomorrow, so I gotta win this or whoever's in my way in the boxing ring. I gotta move him out the way so I can keep on elevating my into the boxing world as I keep going up in the boxing world. So that was one of them. That was the biggest thing. My older brother and just the life in general up there, down there in Africa. The life is brutal, you know. So it's like you gotta. My mom used to really fight to make sure we have food on the table on a daily, and that really motivate me on a daily to work my ass off so she can be she can retire. You know, my siblings can have a free life. You know, so it's like that's one of my biggest motivation on a daily, and just me in general. When have a better life than I did when I was younger. If I end up having kids, have my kids have a better life than I had when I was a kid. Yeah.
What type of intensity do you bring into the ring with you?
So what type of intensity, man? Killed or be killed. So it's like when I get in the ring, I look at my opponent. It's like either he gonna beat me or I'm gonna beat him. So it's not gonna be me. So every time I that's my mindset in the ring, it's not gonna be me. I'm not the one gonna be on the losing side. So that's the intensity. It's like there's no tomorrow. I gotta go get him.
What makes you a great fighter? Like,
What
what's
makes me
the
a great
thing?
fighter?
Yeah.
Man, just my work ethic on the daily and me being able to be coachable. I listen to my coaches when I get back in the corner. So that and just improvising whatever is in front of me. How can I beat him to? How can I beat my opponent to? How can I adjust to what he's doing, what he's giving me, what style he's bringing to the table? Me just having the boxing IQ in that sense, you know. Yeah, I
How
can adjust to anything. Yes, sir.
how'd you get into boxing?
How did I get into boxing? I always tell it's like a long story, so it's like I don't want to waste waste your whole
Nah,
episode
just
talking
go
about it.
for it. This is the long story show.
Yeah, so it's like I'm gonna just cut it short a little bit. So I was in college. I was playing football up in up here in Massachusetts. I married my college. I was on a full scholarship, but things didn't go how it was planned. So I lost my scholarship. So I was depressed for a month, and then I ended up signing up for JUCO to go to JUCO in Kansas to play football, so I can get back on the D1 level. So I gotta get in shape because summer's coming around. So I'm running out the beach. It's a beach in Boston. I usually go run at. It's called Crescent Beach. So I'm running, and then it was like 6 in the morning. I'm running to this dude. He stopped me from when I was doing my runs. He was like, "Hey son, what are you up doing this early in the morning?" I was like, "Man, I'm just trying to stay in shape because I'm going back to school in a couple weeks." He was like, "Man, I never seen anything like I never seen a kid like you early this morning just working out because." He was like, That's impressive." He was like, "You ever tried boxing before?" I was like, "No, but I know people that boxes from high school." He was like, "Okay, so you know about boxing?" I was like, "I know about boxing, but I never really got into boxing." So he's like, "Okay, you should come check out this gym in Dorchester." That's where I'm from, Dorchester, Mass. You should come check out this gym in Dorchester. It opens at 12 p.m. So I was like, all right, I'll come check it out. I was like, is it free? That was my first question because I don't have, at the time I didn't have money to pay for membership for gyms and stuff. He's like, yeah, it's free. You can walk in and you should check it out. So I went the same day at 12 p.m. Went to check out the gym, and I walked in the gym. I seen people like boxing, handbags and stuff, sparring, and then for some reason I got sucked into that. So I was like, wait, I want to try that too. So I started trying it. Days, so I came back the next day. Came back for a week, and then a week later, one of the coaches I studied because they had like a little workout place in the corner. So I'm a football player at the time. So I'm hitting the weights. I'm doing my abs. So I'm using all the equipments they have in there so I can get in shape. So and then one day, one of the head coaches, the boxing coaches in there, come into the office. He's like, "Son, what's your plan? And what are you planning to doing in boxing. I was like, wait, I'm not trying to be a boxer. I'm just trying to stay in shape to so when I get back to football, um, I'm in shape to play football in the fall. He was like, well, so I explained to him my story how I ended up getting to the gym. He's like, okay, but he was like, I see how hard you working out by yourself without nobody pushing you. He's like, you ever try you do you want to try and take boxing serious? I was like, I thought about it. I was like, nah. He was like, you can get paid if you become good at it. I was like, what do you mean I can get paid? He's like, you got options. You can either do the Olympics, or if you're just a good fighter, you can turn pro and make money. I was like, okay. So I went back home. I was thinking it was on my mind the rest of the day. So I go back home, call my older brother. I was like, yo, Pete, I think I'm not going to play football no more. He's like, man, what are you talking about? You're the most talented football player I ever seen in my life. You just about to throw it away like that? I was like, because I gave him a reason why. I was like, because if I go back to JUCO and then flunk out again and not do what I need to do to get back on D1 level, now I'll be wasting time. Let me just give boxing a try. And if it don't work out for the first year, then I get back to football. So my brother's always my biggest supporter. So he was like, all right, I'm here for you. If you're gonna do boxing, you're going to be 110%. And at the time I was 330. I was 330 pounds. So I was real heavy. So I started doing more research on boxing, things to workouts to do for boxers. So I started going to a Harvard Stadium down in Harvard University. They have a big stadium and they have like it's like you run
Running the
up the stairs,
steps
yeah,
like
running the
Jim
steps.
Brown.
Yeah, exactly. So I started doing a lot of that, and then after running the steps, I go back to the gym, start doing because I got a lot of video when I was first started. Me punching the bag, it looked crazy. So
You're probably all muscling it,
oh,
all overwhelming it.
exactly. So every time I look back at it, I'm like, damn, I came far, So, and I started really learning the boxing system, and me having the mind of I always have to learn and learn new stuff. And things started clicking in my head. Okay, the more I do this stuff, the more I practice, the more I drill this stuff, the better I'll get. So I started getting better, but because I used to post a lot on my Instagram. So one of the kids that I mentioned that was a boxer in high school, he swiped up on my Instagram and he's like, "Yo, G," because I went to the same high school. He's like, "You know, me and my dad, we have a boxing gym." I was like, "Oh, you lying?" And then he was like, "No, you should come check it out." So I went to the gym, checked it out. All the kids that I went to high school with, they in the gym and in the boxing gym, and he just felt like more homey to me. Not so I had a tough decision to make at an early time in my boxing to switch gyms from the coach to really talk to me to get into boxing and to move on to a better coach that really gonna put in the time with me, and it's like a family. Like for some reason I already had like a boxer mindset at the time. I was like, if I go to this new gym, I'll be a way better fighter than I am, because the coach over there was not he was a little older, he was not really doing anything to help me. So I was just in there really doing my own thing. So
Wasn't his hands on.
yeah, exactly. He wasn't in his hands on, so I was just in there doing my own thing, learning on my own, basically. So I went to the new gym that my boy that I went to high school with. So boom, and then from there it was November. I started going to that gym in November 2021. I started working out with the new coach, learning a lot of boxing, and then boom, 2022 came around. The regional Golden Gloves came around, won the whole thing, went undefeated the whole 2022, and then just kept on fighting. And then my first loss was in my first nationals in what state was that? Yeah, Pueblo, Colorado. I lost in the semifinals in national. Last chance qualify in 2023. I lost. That was my first loss after winning 20 fights straight. So I was devastated that day. So and then went to not the Olympic trials in Louisiana. I lost to Ali Felice. That was my second loss. So I was devastated again, man. So after that, I just been winning a lot. Lost my lost. I only got 6 losses, so it's like I got more wins than losses. That's for sure. So it's been a long journey.
Was you versus
And,
Ali like a northeastern rivalry for a little
um,
bit?
yeah, for a little bit, yeah. Before he went pro, so he was like, who's the best? Because he was already on the Team USA and everything. So me coming up, went to his hometown and beat him. Um, I feel like I still feel like I beat him in the last chance qualifier, in my opinion. But they gave him the
That's what
fight.
every boxer says. I've never met a
Yeah,
boxer that's like, yeah, I got whooped that time.
no, because
Yeah.
he was running. He was doing a lot of running. He didn't want to sit there and exchange with me, but I know for sure I whooped his ass that day because he just he knew the point system better than me at the time. So for me, I thought me coming forward and really going heavy to the body was going to get the job done. But he knew the point system at the time because it's the amateurs points, smile. You gotta get the points to get the win. So, but that's the story for another day. So
We'll get to
yeah, I just
that in the
yes
second
sir,
interview when
yes
we
sir,
when we circle back, but
yes sir.
goal is 2028 Olympics.
Yeah, that's the goal right now. Me and my coach and my brother really got our eyes on that 2028 Olympics right now. Even though there's people I gotta go through to get there. So I'm willing to do that. That's why I'm working my ass off. Always working my ass off. So it's just little stuff I gotta adjust on my side to get to the 2028 Olympics. More like point system style instead of trying to kill someone every time. Because when people are running and touching you, is the judges in the judges' eyes they're winning, So I gotta adjust my fighting style a little bit for the Olympics style because I got a pro style right now. So yeah,
Okay. Do you ever hear anything about being a 6'1" heavyweight? Do people ever question if,
I'm 6'2", man.
oh, BoxRec got me and put me in a bad blender? I don't want to be part of
Man, I
that
be seeing
aggression.
that thing, man. I'm 6'2", man. Probably even 6'2" and a half.
Okay, talk to me, man. Tell me, like, when these guys always talk about 6'6", 6'7"
Man, for
heavyweights, tell
me,
me.
the height don't matter because my body frame uh fills up for the height, in my opinion, right? Because okay, they can be tall, but can they take the hits? You know what I mean? Can they when I'm coming in there with the big shots, can they what I mean? The taller they is, the harder they fall. So it's like that really don't bother me. I love fighting the taller guys, in my opinion, because it makes it easy. So it's like it's weird because when I fight shorter guys, I have a hard time because I'm usually the smaller, the shorter guy. So when I fight taller guys, I'm having a field day every day. I'm having a field day in the ring every time.
I feel like
It's like,
Gervonta Davis is that way. I feel like
yeah,
Gervonta does really good with tall guys, and when guys are
yeah,
shorter than him, it's like he
yeah.
doesn't have the same stuff.
I don't have exactly because now I'm punching down because usually I'm punching up and everything just come off natural. But when I'm fighting a shorter guy, now I'm the longer guy. Now I gotta stay on the outside. I gotta use my jab more, which I have a great jab still. But it's like it just makes it harder fighting the shorter guy. Yeah. But being tall don't mean anything to me. I know what I got in my tool bag, so that don't really mean anything.
Okay, next one and final one. Any heavyweight Olympian that motivates you?
Heavyweight Olympian to motivate me. Past or present?
Just I'd say past and present, but
Um,
like
Me just watching how Usyk, you know, I just love watching Usyk in amateur fights, how he set up his shots, and that's one big thing I'm really watching lately, like the pre slips, the pre feints, just warming up the person in front of him before he let his hands go. So it's like Yeah, I like watching a lot of Usyk. So his footwork and everything. He got the whole bag, the tool bag going. Yeah,
Well, I love to hear that. Me and my girlfriend are huge Usyk fans. It feels
yeah,
like he
big
can beat you up going at like a
going
jog speed. Like he doesn't even
exactly,
have to rush anything. He can just be like
exactly.
the way he broke down Joshua, who's physically a lot bigger. He just frustrated him, but he was so
Yeah,
composed.
composed. And then that's the one me and my coach back home were like staying composed, working on a lot of like footwork stuff. So it's like I'm really studying, putting the Olympic style fighting putting into my own style. So it should start showing real soon. I just gotta bring it to the table when I'm in the ring. It's a
Okay, well, that's your first good fight. That's your first Lukey interview.
it's
Why
a
don't we drop that social media handle so we can do some numbers on him?
Oh man, the social media handle is underscore underscore Tonka underscore underscore. It's that easy.
That feels like a very young person handle. I feel like at my age range, that wouldn't
I mean, if you
come
just
into
type, if you
computer.
just type, on Instagram, if you just type Tonka, it will pop up. You see me. I got my hand flexed. I think, yeah, in my picture with
Oh,
a USA uniform on. Yeah,
okay, you got the.
that's
That's
it.
also a flex I notice is people like to fight in their USA uniform to let them know
Oh
that they're a
man,
little different.
oh hell is when you're up there at the USA training camp, when you're part of the team, is levels. It's different levels. Like you can just tell when you get up there because it's all competition every time. You're fighting, you practicing with the best every day. So it's like there's levels to it. So it's
One
a
thing that
flex.
came to me is you come from football, which is very much about competition. That's
It's a
competing to keep your spot. That's about winning the
man.
game. Does that help you for boxing? Because I feel like
Yes,
boxing is all about competition.
yes, because I played more high school football than I did in college. So me just coming from a winning high school in Massachusetts, was at the time when I was in high school, we was the best in the state. So we just had a competition. We had to compete every day because every day you compete against the guys that want to take a spot. The younger guys that come and compete, taking your spot. So it's like you got to work harder to keep your spot. At least you gotta be in your playbook and all that stuff. So it's like you can't be slacking. So for me, coming from the great winning program, and I just have a great winning mindset at all time with me. So that's always like a big thing I carry from football, having a winning mindset, and it will carry over to boxing.
Well, thank you for your time. This has been a great interview.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for having me on your platform, and I appreciate the time that you gave me. Yes, sir.
No worries. We'll get it soon.